story is called Don't Pay Bad for Bad, and it's about two sisters, Dola and Babi, who grew up in a village in West Africa. They did everything together, but as they grew older, they realised that they might one day have to live apart. So Babi, the eldest, came up with a plan. Why don't we marry two brothers? That way we could live in their house all together and have one big happy family together. Eventually, they did fall in love with two wonderful, generous brothers. And as they lived in their household, Dola decided that she'd like to make a little greenery in the house. So she planted a single kola nut in the front of the garden. And every morning she would tiptoe down when everyone was sleeping and perform this ritual. She would take a sip of water from a little jar and place it where she planted the seed, and she'd say a single prayer. Dear God, please grant me a child so that I can be a mum. And over time, the tree began to grow. Finally, the leaves were large and green and hung over the branches amidst the yellow flowers. It looked wonderful. Even the stray animals thought so. Shoo, 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 get out of the way! Every day I've got goats and dogs eating from my tree instead of children playing in my yard. Well, Babi thought maybe she could help her sister out. What you need is something to protect the tree. And she gave her a broken down water jar. The bottom was gone, and so she placed the top over the tree. Now, no animals will be able to reach the tree and eat the leaves. And soon the tree began to grow. The trunk was thick and it was tall, and it bore the most exquisite kola nuts. They were of such high quality that she was able to sell them and make a lot of money. And Babi became jealous. And so she turned to her sister one day. Dola, I need that jar back. You know, the one that I gave you to put around the tree? I need it back, and I need it today. I can't give you back the water jar because the tree is too large. I can't lift it over it. I'd have to break the jar. Oh no, sister. I didn't give it to you broken. I want my jar back, intact as I gave it. Wow, Dola was so upset. She knew she'd have to cut down the tree. And so they went to visit the chief in the village and ask him. He listened to both sides and he ruled in favour of Babi. And so with a heavy heart, Dola cut down the kola nut tree. Well, life resumed as normal, and you'd be surprised to know that the sisters were still good friends. Babi became a mum and she gave birth to a beautiful daughter. Everyone was overjoyed, and Dola presented her with a gift. Here is a beautiful ring, a solid brass ring. I want you to give it to your daughter. Let her wear it all the days of her life. And the girl grew up to be wonderful and kind and loved by all. But on her 10th birthday, Dola approached her sister Babi. That ring I gave you, I need it back, and I need it today. Well, Babi thought she was being silly. I can't give you the ring, she explained. It's grown up around her. I'd have to cut it. I can't do that. Oh no, sister. I didn't give it to you cut. I want my ring back, and I want it today. Babi was furious. You know full well that the ring has grown up around her neck. And so Babi marched through the village and visited the chief. She explained that her sister was trying to murder her daughter. Well, he listened to both sides as he had before, and he knew that only jealousy was at the cause of this argument. But he ruled in favour of Dola. You have to return her ring. And to punish you both, I will let this event be public in front of the whole village. Everybody came out to see Babi's daughter about to be beheaded. The swordsman lifted his sword up high, ready to strike the single blow. And just as her fate was sealed, Dola shouted out, no. Stop, stop! Do not punish her. She should not pay the price for our jealousy. I will forgive my sister. We cannot pay bad for bad.